Hey guys, what's up? I'm Zach. Welcome to Zach's Soapbox. This is the video for the week of Friday, April 10th, 2026. Hello everyone, I'm your host, this little shindig we call Zach's Soapbox. I'm Zach, where once a week I get on here, speak my mind, talk about whatever I want to talk about, and then upload it, and you guys give me feedback. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't. That sort of thing. We do something different every week here at the Soapbox, every Friday. We upload the videos premiere at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. Please feel free to like, comment, and share on this video if you get anything out of it. Feel free to spread it around, subscribe to the channel, that sort of thing. You know, it really helps the channel out. At last look, we got 65 subscribers, and we're averaging about 260 to 290 views a week here at the Soapbox, which I must say is pretty good, considering it's just me with my iPhone and a pen and a paper. But so what I got for you this week is, I tend to fall in this category myself, but what I'm going to talk about is the likable loner. You know, people often talk about the loner, you know, the one that's shy, the one that doesn't say much, the one that's kind of socially awkward. But I think that there's something else too, like the likable loner. Let me describe. I think I fall into this category myself. Often they have social skills, are very friendly, and are charismatic, but they almost make a conscious choice to fly solo. You know what I mean? Where we're friendly, you know, and well regarded and things like that, but, you know, kind of just tend to keep to yourself and not tell everybody your business. You know, I tend to be more content in my own solitude, especially, you know, lately where I haven't had a wheelchair to get around. I've had to kind of, you know, live inside more, but I notice it really doesn't bother me. I just kind of turn more inward and make more videos and more time to listen to lectures, things like that. So, you know what I mean? Plus, with me being content in my own solitude, it avoids the drama of outside about what somebody's latest fashion choice or who said what to who, and etc., etc. But I notice as a likable loner, I also tend to kind of be more independent, not a people pleaser. I don't give a fuck what you think about me, you know, or any of my own ideas. You know, I don't even care if you like this video or, you know, this is mainly for me and my own, you know, for me, these things are almost cathartic, you know, and that sort of thing. So, there's a certain independence that comes with not being a people pleaser, like I said. And I'm just also comfortable with being different. I'll talk about different aspects of my life, different, you know, I mean, I'm just comfortable in my own skin, which a lot of people aren't. They always try to conform and fit into whatever crowd they're in, you know what I mean, to feel in with the in crowd. I've always been content being by myself. So for those of us that are like likable loners like me, I thought of some things that, you know, to me, it's like embrace that. Embrace being different. Embrace, you know, use it to make, you know, as lesser magic to make yourself more mysterious and give yourself more of a mystique and things like that. So embrace it. Accept yourself. Cherish your independence that comes with that. But set boundaries. Don't involve yourself in things you don't need or want to subject yourself to, or things that do not interest you. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't interest you, don't involve yourself in it. Go for quality of friend over quantity of friend. Have a handful of friends. Because if you're a friend to everybody, what value does it really place on friendship in the first place? So go for more quality over quantity when it comes to friends. You know what I mean? And engage and be authentic, but don't feel obliged to, you know, socialize with people you don't like, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? I always find that I tend to be a likable loner. Like the guy on this last Tuesday, we had our annual inspection. And, you know, the guy who normally does them, our maintenance man, he's getting ready to move to Tucson, you know? And he's like, well, as I'm getting ready to leave, he's telling me, you know, Zach, I like you, I really do. You know what I mean? He says one of the reasons he leaves this job, or, you know, wanted to leave this job is because he can't really socialize, you know what I mean, and can't really fraternize, which we're not supposed to anyway. Dude, you work here. Not to mention, with the way his personality is, sometimes like when he comes in to do something, it's like I dread him coming in. There'll be times where he shows up to do something and I go in the bedroom just so I don't have to talk to him and listen to a half an hour lecture about some book from the 1970s that I've never heard of. You know what I mean? Um, but no. So there is such a thing, getting off track a little bit, but there is such a thing as a likable loner. You know what I mean? I don't think there's anything wrong with being a loner per se. Like I said, it gives you more time for personal reflection in your own thoughts, in your own mind. I noticed, like, since I've been kind of more stuck in the house, which we're coming up on 2 months of me being stuck in the house, I haven't left the property since February 3rd. And but by the time this comes out, I should have my new chair. But anyway, I notice it's given me more time to reflect and think and turn inward, which is kind of like where I like to be. You know what I mean? Um, don't distract yourself with small stuff. You know what I mean? If you like being a loner and you kind of revel in solitude and you've got used to your own company, you know what I mean? Yes, it can be lonely, but it's also, there's a certain amount of freedom that comes with that, you know? So there's nothing really wrong with it. I think there is something wrong with always trying to fit in and kind of sacrificing yourself, your personal integrity, your personal morals and ethics and things to fit in with other people. Even though you don't feel it's right, you go along just to kind of feel accepted. There is something wrong with that. You know what I mean? But I don't think there's anything wrong with just being polite, but then setting boundaries with people and kind of keeping to yourself. And I think sometimes people kind of respect that more too, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. So, but yeah, I don't know, guys, just kind of a short one this week, but I think I kind of fall into that category of a likable loner, where everybody says hi to you when they see you, but you know, you're also given your personal space and your personal freedom, you know what I mean? Like if I'm out there sitting and like I don't want to sit there and smell, you know, the smoke or sit there and listen to people bitch, I get up and leave and it's okay, you know, see you guys later. And I really don't care if they think or get upset that I left. You know what I mean? I just don't want to subject myself to drama and bullshit, you know? So there are advantages to being a loner, as I've said before in a previous video, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. I wish people would quit acting like, oh, you know, you're not trying to make friends. Well, I mean, my whole goal in life, I'd rather have a handful of good friends. There's an old saying that goes, if you can count on one hand the number of good friends you have in life, you're doing good. So again, like I said, quality over quantity, you know what I mean? I'd rather have a couple good friends than a bunch of acquaintances. And what value does it place on friendship if I try to be a friend of everyone? A friend of everyone is a friend of no one, because then your friendship doesn't mean anything, you know? But anyway, man, that's just me, and that's just some thoughts I had. But no, don't be a people pleaser. Be independent. You know what I mean? Embrace your differences. I mean, because obviously, like, if you don't love yourself, no one else is going to love you too. Charity begins at home, they say. So self-respect and self-love starts with yourself. And then the people that, you know, matter will be attracted to you, and the people that don't will fall away. And those people that are attracted to you and your authentic self are your people. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So hold on to those. You know what I mean? But all right, guys, short video this week. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of it. Feel free to like, comment, and share. Hit the like button. You know, Facebook and their algorithm likes that shit. All right, see ya. Tune in next week. Bye.